Let us try to solve the exercise number 8 in the part A of PHP lab. In this particular exercise, we are supposed to create a HTML form to input a string. Upon the submission, it must display the number of times each word occurs, ignoring the distinction between the capitals and lowercase letter, and it should also print the most and the least used words. Additionally, it must include a button for sorting the data in the ascending and the descending order. Now let's look at what they expect us to do. So we are supposed to create a form that will accept a string, and when we click on this submission, the analyze button, it should print how many times each word occurs, regardless of whether it is written in capitals or small case, and it must also print the most used words as well as the least used words. And when somebody clicks on the sorting order, it must sort the data according to the ascending or descending order of the words which are being used there. For example, you notice that this is the ascending order and this one is the descending order. So let's look at that in the NetBeans. I'm going to go and I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to click on the file, new project, and I'm going to select PHP as my option over here, and under this PHP I'm going to select next here. Let me see whether my Apache is working. Okay, then I'm going to say the name. So let's say word analysis. You can give any name for your project, and by default the NetBeans may save the data at some other place. Suppose if you have done it once, then you don't need to do it. It will automatically go to the xampp htdocs, and it's going to show it's going to save the file in that particular location. Let me click next, and I'm not going to make any changes over here. And finally, I'm going to go next. There is nothing much to be done. There is no framework and there is no need for composer, and I'm going to just click on finish. This is my project. I will remove the first part over here, and let's go and let's add the form which is really required. And let's look at that form first. And this form is a straightforward form, so it's going to print something, and it's going to show something on the screen. So let's go ahead and let's do that particular thing. So I have the PHP with me, and I'm going to just print, and I think this will be h3. I'm going to use h3. Maybe this may be true or not. So you have a few words over here, and that is the word frequency analyzer. So let me do that thing. So I'm going to say word frequency analyzer and slash h3. Okay, that being done, and let me create a form. Okay, so I have the form, and let me take the method of this particular form. So let me take this method as post. Okay, you can let the NetBeans handle that thing. Okay, that being done, let me see what else they have done. They have asked for enter a string, so I'm going to say enter a string. Okay, and then I need a input, so I'm going to say input type is text in this case, and what else, name, let me give the name as whatever you want wish to give. So name, let me say it is a string that you are going to type, so that's the name. And finally, this is not right, finally I have an input type is a submit. Okay, so type is submit, and then let me give the name as analyze button, analyze button. Okay, that being done, let me give the value for this one as analyze, so that analyze. Okay, let me give the name as analyze. Okay, that's being done. Let me save it, and I think that word is in capitals, or the Z is there, analyzer. Okay, done. Let me right click and just run it and just see what this is how it's going to look like. Now you are going to type something, and I think let me increase the width of it. Maybe I can change the size of this particular text box. I can say the size of this particular text box is 50, and maybe see whether there is any subtle difference in it. Okay, slightly lengthier because we are going to type something there, so I'm going to just increase the size as 50. Now once this is being done, let's look at what else we can do with it. So when you submit the form, we are supposed to do something with it. So let me write the PHP code. So if this button is clicked, that is if the analyze button is clicked, so let me start with the question mark, where is this question mark PHP, and let me do this one. So if is set, okay, which is the button, I'm going to use the request. You can use the post because the method was post. I'm going to say request. If the request contains this one, submit, analyze submit button, so that means to say that this must be in double quotes. If this contains that, then we are supposed to do something. So if the request contains analyze button, then we are supposed to analyze it. Okay, that's the idea behind it. Okay, so let's get the individual thing over here. So we are going to get the request, and I'm going to say that they're going to supply number of words. Okay, so let's say they're going to supply number of words. How can I get this one? So I'm going to go to this request. I assume that the request will contain this, and again I'm not going to check whether that is set or not, assuming that they are going to set it. Now this is the one that contains, so that's a string. So I'm going to get the words that the person has given to me. So these are the words that the person has given to me. So that's the idea. So whatever the person is typing here, let me take this one also on the other side. So whatever you type here, say let's say hello, 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 you typed there. So this is going to be the string that I'm getting it, and I'm inputting that string. So simple as that. Okay, now first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check if the string length, strlen, string length of this words that I am reading, so this words, if this is greater than 0, I'm going to do it. Now again, I didn't check for whether somebody has that thing, but I assume that people will type it. People will not make changes with that particular thing. So I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is whatever the person has typed, I'm going to explode it, and I'm going to get individual word out of it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do here is you know what is the meaning of saying exploding it. So I'm going to explode it. I'm going to use the explode here. So I'm going to separate one space. Remember, this is one space, not more than one space, and I'm going to say the words that the person has given, I'm going to explode it. Okay, and when I explode it, I'm going to get individual words splitted. Okay, and then I'm going to go get one word out of that particular thing, and then start printing it. Okay, simple as that. But I need to store them so that I can count the values here, how many times it has appeared, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a this is I think too much, very lengthy word. Let it be. So I'm going to create a array. Where is this array gone? I'm going to create a array called frequency, and I'm going to store those values in that particular array. Okay, so if before I do it, let me just say echo, and I'm going to use a pre-formatted way of showing that. I'm going to say pre, and let me put a semicolon. Then I'm going to go over here and Control C and Control V, and I'm going to make it as /p. Okay, and let's say I'm going to show this one echo. What is this echo? I think should I use this print r? Where is sorry, what happened? Okay, it went off. Okay, where is this print underscore r, and let me show you this words now. Okay, so that's good, I suppose, instead of talking. Okay, so let me run it, and let me say hello, and just analyze it. This is what it's going to do. Okay, so even though let me show that this is the one that I typed it, so it's going to split each and every word here. It's going to split this each and every word, and it's going to give me including the extra space that you have added. So there you notice that there is an extra spaces that are being added, so we need to take care. So when somebody is typing something, so they may, where is this, what is this? Okay, they may type extra word, but you notice that I have splitted them into individual words. But the only problem there is this is not really required, even though I have done in the work. What they wanted me to do is they wanted me to count how many times the things are appearing, how many times A is appearing, how many times each word is appearing. So that is what I am supposed to do. So even though I have splitted everything, here let me comment to this one. Don't get confused with that. Okay, commenting you know very well. If you want to quickly comment something on the netbeans, you just have to say ctrl plus /. It will comment and uncomment it. Quickly you can comment and uncomment something if at all as you are typing or as you're working. If you find that something is not coming properly, you can always use that thing. Now let's go with our work. So we have done that. Now I have to count each and every time how many times the things are appearing. So let me go over here and let me say for each okay, I think for each not the frequency, it took a wrong word. I think I thought it will take it for each words, and I take from the word a individual word. See, I have a set of words and I take one word at a time, so that makes sense. So I have a set of words here and I take one word at a time. So you notice one word is being taken at individual time. So this is what you have it. So I then convert that word into lowercase. The reason for it is they have already told me that there is no distinction. Ignore the distinction between capitals and small case. This is what they have said. Ignore the distinction. That means whether it is capital or small case, it doesn't make any sense to us. So I'm going to take this word, even though I got the word one word at a time. I'm going to say let me convert it into a smaller case. How can I say? I can say string lower, str, not str directly, to lower. Okay, so that it is not you can't directly get that string to lower. So I have converted everything into lower. That being done, now what I'm going to check is say this is I have one array here, that this is one blank array, and the other one that I just exploded, this one exploded one that contains it. Now what I'm doing is, let me go back here. So where is this one? Okay, what I'm doing is I have one blank array here called frequency. Let me say frequency. Okay, I'm just assume that that's frequency. So what I'm doing is I take this word over from here, and I check whether that word is there in this. Okay, if it is not there, I'm going to add that word hello. Okay, that's the idea. If it is not there, I add it. Remember, initially it is blank, so nothing will be there, so I add it. Next time if I encounter the same word, I will not add it, I will increase its count by 1. So if it is not there, add it. If it is there, increase its count by 1. So simple as that. Now add it and set the count as 1. So that is obviously. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say if in this particular frequency that we are counting how many times, if this frequency has that word, okay, so whichever word you are taking, one word you are taking at a time. So where is this? Why come this is coming? Okay, so one word you are taking. Okay, if this particular word is there in the frequency, that is what I am checking. If it is there, well and good. If it's not there, add it. So simple as that. So if what is this? If not just a frequency, if is set. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. If is set this one. So if particular what is this frequency contains that particular word, then what are you going to do? I am going to increase the count. If it is not there, let me see the else part. If it is not there, yeah, so the problem with this one is it always adds that one. Let me add that one. So this where is it to control the, just give me a second. Just give me a second, and I'm going to do it because it adds that floor bracket on its own. Okay, even though the floor bracket is not really required, because that doesn't make sense. Only one line will be there. Why to add a floor bracket when there is only one line that you have to type? Okay, so if it is not there, let's say if it is there, well and good. If you, when you set it, if it is there, well and good. If it is not there, we are going to add that one. So how can I say? I'm going to say frequency. This is an array, remember, frequency, and that word is there, whichever word that I just got, word, I'm going to set its count as 1. This is the first time I'm encountering. If it is already there, what I'm going to do? I'm going to increase the count by 1. So if it is already there, I'm going to increase the count by 1. How can I say that? This is plus equal to 1. Hope you know what is the meaning of saying plus equal to 1. So if it is there, increase the count. If it is not there, add and set the count as 1. So simple as that. And you have to do it. Where is the for loop? Okay, for loop is here, and you have to do it. Let me cut this one. Let me cut this part. Okay, so that you can see the whole thing in action. Let's go here. Okay, so this is the for loop. Is this the for loop? Okay, let me format it in that case. Okay, so I have to repeat this whole thing. I hope this is the for loop until no more words exist. So take one word at a time from this collection of words and see whether if it is there, you add it. If it is not there, you remove it. Now after this for loop, let me use the pre-formatted one, and let me say, okay, this is the one. Okay, let me remove the uncomment is same. Okay, and I'm going to print this time frequency, just to say what's going to happen. I'm going to just print the frequency now to see what will be the effect. I'm going to just run it. Let's say there is one closing bracket. Now this happened because I started it gave me a few things. So this is the one. Where is it trying to close? Okay, this is the other one. Okay, just format it a bit. Then I hope we are done with it. Okay, let's run it and just see whether we are getting it. Okay, this is not required, so I'm going to use the hello and other things. So this time I'm just printing the how many times the hello is appearing. So let me show you how many times the hello is appearing 4 times. Remember, it is regardless of the capitalization. Hello appears to 4 times, and what is this thing? This is the blank that is appearing. Okay, so I don't want that blank thing to have come there. So what I can do over here? what is the solution for that? Solution for this is when I get this string over here, can I use the word trim? Are you familiar with this word? Trim strips the everything. So this is going to strip out all the spaces from the beginning and end. Okay, so let me run it one more time. Let me just press enter and let me put this one hello again. Now you notice that the count has decreased to 1 because the last this is what happens when the browser becomes too much of user friendly. You start irritating the users. Okay, so this is what the Microsoft has done. So here you notice that there was one extra space was there, whether I don't know whether you will be able to, that is trimmed out, it is removed, but in between I'm not able to do that. What I can do, so before I do anything, I convert this into lowercase or anything. I'm going to go here and I'm going to say word. Okay, there is a many ways in which you can do it. So I'm going to say trim or trim. Okay, because I just use the trim, I'm going to say trim. Remove all the words from the beginning. Remember, it is a blank means it's going to remove everything. And I'm going to check if okay. Str, what is this str string length of this particular word. There was actually one method was there, you can remember that method that used to check whether it is a white space or not. There was one method. If you know that, well and good. If you don't know like me, then please refer to the documentation, so you can actually check for that thing. So what I'm doing is I just check whether length of the string is greater than 0. After trimming, if the length of the word is greater than 0, then do it, otherwise don't do it. So let me save it and let me start over again by pressing this one, and I'm going to use this and this say. Now you notice that there is only hello without the spaces. So this is what I wanted, and this is what you have it here. Okay, so this is good. We have everything with us. Now you have already almost done with this. Suppose if I say hi and the small case hi, and then analyze along with it, hi appears 3 times, hello appears 4 times. This is what they have done. Let me show that thing. This is what they have done. So actually they are showing it in a beautiful way, but I am showing it in a very crude way. So this is what we are supposed to do it. Okay, and let me write a function for achieving that thing. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say display write a function, sorry, first of all, function display result, let's say display result, and it takes one array. Okay, say array. Okay, it takes one array and it's going to print that array faithfully to you. So this is simple as that. You take an array and neatly print according to how they have said you are going to print it. And how did they show it? They said word frequencies. Okay, I think then I'm going to do just a small change. I think this will be, let it be h2. Okay, initially this is just formatting story, h2, and I'm going to make this one as a h3 because I feel like this word where is this this particular thing is slightly larger and this is smaller, so I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to say this is word frequency again. I'm going to take it from here. Okay, so you got what is this okay, so I'm going to say echo, and what you can say is under h3, or you can say word frequency analyzer. Okay, I think that set is there, analyzer. Okay, so that being done, let's say h3 done, h3 is done. Okay, done. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use for each. I'm going to use this one for each. Okay, For each array, I've taken it as ARR with the key and value. I separate the key and value, and then I'm going to say echo. Okay, echo. And what you can say, what they have said here, let's look at what they have said. They said that key appears so many times, so that is what they have said. So echo, and we are going to say key. Okay, and there was one colon was there, colon, and then they said the value, so you get this key value. Okay, key and value. Let me put it in double quotes, otherwise I don't think so it's going to show me anything. So key value, and they said the times, not this capital times. Okay, so this is what they have said. Okay, and then if at all you want, after that you have to have a, what is this, where did it go? Okay, so it is where is it? Okay, BR. Okay, so then one break, and let me say after this I am not going to use this, and I'm going to just remark this one, just keep it in case I want it. I'm going to keep it that way, and I'm going to say display result, and I'm going to supply the frequency here as my input. So I'm just calling that display result, and in the display result I'm just printing the value. So this is where is this for each key value. So this is value, not value. Okay, so let it be done with that. So let's try it one more time, and I don't have the thing here, hello, and let me put a hi and nothing. Okay, just press enter, and you notice hello 4 times, hi 1 times. This is how it's going to appear. So this is what we are supposed to do it, and you notice that where is it, we have done that thing here, and then we are supposed to use the most used words and least used words. So this is the next challenge that we are supposed to take. How can I get the most where is the netbeans, most frequently used and least frequently used words? How to get that? That naturally you have to sort them. Okay, so there is no way else you can do it. Okay, how many types of sorts are required? See, there are the bare minimum you need 3 different types of sorting is required. Now the first sorting that is required over here is to get this one. You have to sort them according to these values. Okay, so according to these values. The next one is, if you look at this one, sort ascending, sort descending. Now this I am not very sure the person who gave this particular example, I don't know what was there in their mind, because if you see the key and values are also in the same order. So whether they are actually sorting according to the key or according to the value, I'm not very sure, but I assume that they are sorting according to the key. Okay, so if you notice over here, there are 2 ways in which you can sort them. One is according to this key value here. So you see this key, you can sort according to the key. Next one is you can sort according to the values. Okay, what was the intention behind them? Because when they gave here, they at least they should have given the values in a different way, so that we are able to figure out whether it is actually sorting with respect to the key or with respect to the values itself. Okay. But I assume that they want to sort it according to the key. Okay, but this is my assumption. But if they are doing it, if it is done according to the key, so you notice that then A will come first, B will come first, and so on and so forth. This is one way. Other one is the order may change. So what do I mean by saying that is, let me run and show you what is the confusion over here is. Suppose if A is there, B 2 times is there, if it was like this, and C, okay, many C's were there. Okay. So these many are there, and D is only 1. Let's analyze. Now, should it come in A, B, C, D like this, or it should come 5 first, then 3 next, and then so on and so forth. So which is the order? So that is the question over here. Whether is it sorting according to this or sorting according to this, that they have not mentioned. So when they said that, additionally it should use sorting in the data in ascending or descending order. Okay, so which is this data? Now, according to me, the data is this is the data that is supplied by the user. So you are going to sort according to that data. I assume that you are sorting according to that data, and these are the values that you counted. Okay, this you are counting. So this was the original data that was given by the user. So I assume that that is the case. Now that could be different. Okay, my interpretation could be different, but I assume that that is the thing. Now, so let's look at this first part over here. Now, if at all I have to get from this, if I have to get let's say, if I have to get the most frequently used word and least frequently used word, definitely I have to sort it, either ascending or descending, whatever it is, and then I will be able to get it. That part is there. So let's look at what we can do about it. So I'm going to sort them in different ways, and this to show you what are the possibilities that you can get it. Okay, so let me get many arrays, and then I'm going to just sort them and then start using them. So I'm going to sort this array. So, okay, so first one, the sort this array in ascending order. So I'm going to just make the copies of this array. You can use array copy to do it, but this, I think this is the one of the easiest way. So I take one. This is for sorting in the ascending order. This is sorting in the descending order. I'm going to show you what is the meaning of that. Just a minute. And then let me use one more, and I'm going to use sort this array according to the values which are there. So let's say sort this array. Yes, AR. Okay, you can give it in anything you wanted. Then I'm going to sort it in the, let's say, according to the key. Okay, and in the reverse order. So let's say RAR. Okay, I think you can give it. I'm going to show one thing at a time. Okay, so let's sort this one first. So I'm going to sort. I will sort according to the key now. If you want, you can use the K here in front of it. So this is sorted according to the key, reverse order of the key, not the values. Okay, so you can sort it according to that one, and the last one is just a reverse sort. Okay, reverse AR. Okay, so this is how you can do that thing. So let me start with that particular thing. I'm going to use K sort. Okay, K sort this frequency, not a frequency, this one array. Just to tell you that it is sorted according to this one. Okay, and I'm going to use this one. I'm doing just giving you an example how this is done. Let me go over here. Okay, and remove this remark statement, and then I'm going to use this thing over here and just print it. I want to show you what it is doing. Okay, that's a minute. So if I sort according to the key, what it is going to do, let me save it and just put the values over here, and then I typed this high A B C maybe 2 times, and B maybe 3 times, and maybe A maybe sometimes. Okay, you got it. Then analyze, you got a lot of things over here. I think I should have done that thing. Now I can't get the original data, but you notice that A is appearing 5 times, then 3 times, then this. So this is A, B, C, then remember this part is not sorted. This is sorted: A, B, C, H, and H, E, and H, I. This is key sorted in the ascending order. Now let me do the key sort. In the descending order, I'm going to do this one. How do you sort in the descending order? Descending order is the same thing, same story. I'm not going to type this again. You do the same thing, and you are going to say kr, and let me take a different array because I want to use a different array. So this is in the reverse order. Let me take this array and pretend I'm printing the second array. Let me, instead of that, let me print this itself. Okay, that will be easier. I'll print one more array. This time I'm going to print this array. So I'm going to print this array so that you can see what is the effect. Okay, let me save it, and let me go over here, and then I don't have that, but I don't know why it is not retaining. Okay, it is retaining now. Okay, come on, take that value. Okay, so look at the difference now. And this is sorted according to the key. This is also sorted according to the key. In first one in the ascending order, the second one is the descending order. So you are able to sort the according to the key. You are able to sort it. Okay, so let's look at the other two types of sorting. Now this, and next time I'm going to sort it according to the values. Okay, so let's go and let me do that thing. So how can I sort according to the values? Remember, sorting according to the value is a straightforward sort that you get, but I'm going to use a different array for different things. I'm going to use a different arrays because I don't want to use the same array and confuse myself. So which one is the one? So I'm just printing them one after the other so that you will be able to figure out what I'm trying to do. So this is sorting, direct sorting, the one that you are familiar with, sorting according to the values. So this is sorting according to the value. Let me save it, and let me use this hello, and then I said the hi, and this one. Okay, let me analyze it, and you notice this has sorted. Now what is the difference here? When you say sort, this particular sort, you notice that it has even though you notice this first is the smallest is 2, then next one is 3, you notice the next one is 3, next one is 5, and so on, and the last one is this, and so on. Okay, so you got that one. Now the problem with this kind of sorting is when it sorts it, you lost the keys. Okay, but it's going to sort it. Okay, but what I want when I sort it, what I want is I want the this particular thing. What do you say? I want this. Which one is the most frequently used? Let me not do this one. I want to know which one is the most frequently used, and I want to know which one is the least frequently used. Why I need that one? Because they said that you have to show the most frequently used and least frequently used words. We are supposed to use that one. How can I get the most frequently used and least frequently used words? Okay, so I can get the most frequently used. Once I sort that thing, I must know. Once I sort this one, where is it? I'm going to find out which is the highest among them and which one is the least among them. Remember, you can have more than one word that is least frequently used, or you can have more than one word that is most frequently used. What do I mean by saying that? I will just say that, otherwise you will get confused again. So let me go here to my input here. So hello, hi, and that hi word is there. Let me put hi one more time. Okay, just tell you what is it. Now if you hi and hello, if you look at this one, hi and hello, both of them are most frequently used word. So there can be more than one word which has the same highest count, and naturally I think A is the highest used. Let me make one more high so that you know what is it. Okay, did I say one more high there? Then let me analyze it. Okay, hello, are you doing, what are you doing? Okay, let me take this. I think it is not able to take instead of making one high extra, I can remove one hello. Okay, so that you, my point is same. Okay, that not this hello, I can remove A. Okay, done. Now notice strange thing. What is that strange thing that you will notice? You notice that this is 4 times, this is 4 times. So there are two words which are highest used, and there can be two words which are least used. So you can have you can have both of them. Okay, so in other words, I must know which is the one that is where is it gone. So let me go here. I can't get my mouse pointer. Okay, where's the mouse pointer? I'm not able to see my mouse pointer. Give me a second. Now let me go ahead, and there was one minor problem with the mouse pointer. It was not appearing, so I just fixed it, and let's go ahead with that one. Now what I'm supposed to do is I'm going to get the, once I sort it in the ascending and descending order, I'm going to just get which one is the largest among them and which one is the smallest among them. So let me just say maximum value is among them is I have my array which is sorted in the ascending order. So what was the name of that particular array was this is the array which was sorted in the ascending order. So this is the array which is sorted in the ascending order, and I go to that thing, and I'm going to find the count. You know very well, is going to give you the total number of elements in it. You count minus 1, remember, because it is an array, it's going to give me that. So what do I mean by saying that is once I sort it in the ascending order, so what is happening, I don't know, but once I sort it in the ascending order, I can get which one is the highest used word. Okay, this is the highest, maximum. How do I get this maximum is I can go here and find out once I sort it in the ascending order, the largest element. How can I get the largest element? Total count of elements which are there. So total will be 1 2 3 4 5 will be there. So remember, you know, when you talk about arrays, the indices starts with 0. So if there are 5 elements in the array, total, if there are if you say, let me start over again, if you have 5 elements in the array, 1 2 3 4 and so on, if there are 5 elements in the array, just say 1 2 3 4 5, because we are starting the count of the index from 0. So the next element in the index will be 1, and the fifth element, the index, will be 1 less than the count, and that is what I am doing. So I'm going to say index will be 1 less than the count. So that is done. Similarly, I'm going to find out which is the minimum element. So how can I get that one? Again, I'm going to go here, and the minimum element, you know very well, will be always 0. So there is this is an obvious one. This 0, what do I mean by saying 0? 0 is the index, the first element. So within this array, if you are sorting it in the ascending order, the first element with the index 0, this will be having the minimum element, and the last element that you get will be the largest one. Last, how can you get the last? Count minus 1, total number minus 1, because it's an index. So the last element is the maximum, and the first element is the minimum. So I'm going to just print them before I show that thing. Let me echo this thing, which one are the maximum and the minimum. Let me just echo them, and I think I can echo like this, and minimum also, so I get both of them. Also I'm going to echo the, what is this, one BR in between. Okay, done. Okay, so let me do it one more time and just see whether I'm able to get this one. Let me run this one. So you get the, so maximum is 5 and the minimum is 2. You get that thing, minimum is 2, maximum is 5 and the minimum is 2. So this is what you get. So you have the maximum and the minimum. Now the element with that number will be the one that is highest used. Element with this number is the least used. That is what they want to say, most used word and the least used word. Okay, now this is what we are supposed to do it. Now whether you sort it in the ascending order or you sort it in the descending order, whatever order you are sorting, you have to have the count of most frequently used and most least frequently used, or most used and least used words. So I need them when I'm printing it. So how can I get that? Okay, so I'm going to store these two values. Even though I've done this one, I'm going to store them in my session because I want it elsewhere. I'm going to store it in my session. So I'm going to store this one and I'm going to call this one as max. I'm going to store it in this session instead of storing it in a variable here because I want it elsewhere. So where is this elsewhere? I will just tell you. Just wait for a second. Let me finish this part and I'm going to tell you why I need this one. Okay, so I'm going to show that value there. Now the thing is, there is one minor problem that will encounter, and what is that minor problem is they are showing most used words. So instead of sorting it in the ascending order, I should have sorted it in the descending order, because you know, notice that if I sort it in the ascending order, least value will come first, 1 will come first, 2 will come first, but what they said is the 4 must come first. So first most used, next one is the least used. So small variation, so don't get confused. So this array which was sorted in the ascending order, if you use that, well and good, you are able to do it, but it is better if you sort it in the descending order. So that is what is my suggestion. How can you sort it in the descending order? How to sort the element in the descending order? So let's see that particular thing. I'm going to remove all these things because they are not going to make any sense, except one free I want it. Okay, so how do you sort it? So you have the array sort, okay, descending order, and maintains the index association. So I'm going to do that particular thing. So, and I'm going to say, what is this the name that I gave? I have a few names here, so this one. Okay, so let me show you that. I'm going to show you and then change the variable, because I'm showing you as what I'm doing. I'm not blindly doing it. Okay, so let's go with this one. Let me show you this. What is this one? Okay, ER sort, what it's going to do. Okay, so let's remove this extra. Done. I'm going to go over here and analyze it. You notice this time a strange thing has happened. What is that strange thing? Strange thing is I am able to retain the keys here. But what happened in the previous case? What was the problem? When I sorted it, let me show you that one also. Okay, what is the difference between this sort and this one? Let me show you that also. What is the difference between the sorting and you know very well, you have studied it, but in your theory classes, but just to tell you what is the difference. So if you sort directly, if you just call sort, the key is lost. If you say sort with respect to the key, then you will be able to retain that key. Let me try this one. Okay, so let's show you one more time. See, this is ordinary sort in the ascending order. Okay, this is also sorting in the descending order, 5 4 3, and you notice it is a descending order sort, but what is the difference? The key is retained. Okay, so that is what I wanted. Okay, so this I am using it to get the highest one and the lowest one. This I will be using for printing out the values which they have set, most frequently, least frequently, and so on. So many arrays, you may say that so many arrays you have used, sir. Yes, I have used so many arrays, but I want them to make them appear in the proper order. Now, because it is sorted according to the key, I am going to say k in front of it. Okay, k, and also I'm going to put a k in front of here, just a variable change, because it is a key array in the reverse order. So just to make you understand that this is it, so don't get confused. And if you don't want this one, you can just say sort ascending, sort descending. This time creating few variables, that's all. I'm not making it so that you don't get confused. Now this sorting is with respect to the key. This is also with respect to the key. This is the reverse order, but what is the difference between this? Is sorting according to the key. Okay, this is direct sorting of the values without the indices. Okay, this is sorting according to the values, but it will retain the values. So these are all the things that I have done. So I have done all these things. Now I want them when I show the result. What is the best thing I can do? So one way to use this one, remember, you give the value here, you show the value here, then put on the analysis. The values has to be stored. Next time if you sort it, the person may not give you. Let me show you what is it. What do I mean by saying that? When I say analyze here, okay, you notice that the key is gone, but you get all the result here, no doubt. You get the result, but where is the input? Input is gone. You have to store that input so that when you click on this sort ascending descending, that input is there with you. So when the person clicks on this what is this sort ascending, sort descending, they will not give you the new values. You have to somehow retain the old values and then start using it. How can I retain the old value? You know very well, we are going to use the session. There are many other objects which you can think of using, but most of you are familiar with this session object, so that's why I'm using this session. I'm going to store each and everything in the session. First one, ascending sort that I've used. Ascending sort, where is this ascending sort? I'm going to say ascending sort is $SARR. Okay, so this is ascending sort SARR. This one I'm going to store. Okay, then descending order. Now this ascending and descending order I want it. Why do I need them? Ascending and descending order I want it because there are two options are there to ascending and descending order. That is why I am storing them. So this one is a descending order. I'm going to call it as DSC. So many things will come, so don't get confused. This is reversed ARR. Then let me copy this one. I'm just storing them one after the other. Okay, then we have the reversed the order, that is the reversed key order, and let me give one name. You can give any name there. Reversed array AR, what is this? I typed okay. Reversed array, and what is the value that we are going to use is this key. What is this key RAR. Okay, so 3. Remember, out of this we are using this one, these two I am using it to for these two buttons, sort ascending, sort descending. Okay, what about this the third array that you have taken? What about this one? This I am using it to print, where is this, to print these values, most used and least used. To print that I am using it. Okay, what about the other array? You may say that what about this array? You just sorted this array. Know what? That array I am using it to get which one is highest and which one is the lowest. Okay, so many arrays I am using it just to get all the ideas. Okay, done with that. So you have stored almost everything there. Now let's go to the here and let's go to the display result. Now everything I'm going to show it in the display result. In the display result you have shown the first part. If you just look at this, you've shown the first part. Let's look at the second part here, most frequently used and least frequently used. How can I print most frequently used and least frequently used? Okay, let's get the values from the session. So let's go here. That is it. I'm going to go to the session, and in the session I have stored this one, RSAR. I'm going to get that value. So remember, this is the one that is sorted in the descending order, but it has retained the keys. I want that value. So how can I get this value? I'm going to go here and get to this one. Okay. Control C, and I'm going to get it. You can give any name for that. Yes, array, any array you can give it. Okay, okay, sorted, reversed array, anything. This is a variable. A you can give, B you can give. This is the variable. You can type any variable name. Okay, so let me just check if this $ARR, this is the variable that I'm using, and I'm going to just count it. Not just a thing, just count how many values are there. If there are more than 0 values, that means there is something in that array. If nothing is there in that array, then there is no point in showing anything there. So let me, okay, that keyboard is slightly new to me, so I'm finding it a bit difficult to type with the newer keyboard. Okay. So if this count is greater than 0, what is that I'm going to do? I'm going to retain these two values. From the session I have to get these two values. So let me get them. Just give me a second, don't worry. Pretend as though I have not typed anything. Okay. So this, I want to get it the maximum and the minimum value from my what is this session. So this is the maximum value. Okay, and this is the minimum value. So this is maximum, this is minimum. Okay, so what is this maximum, minimum I'm talking about? Which one is the highest used, which one is the least used? This value, which one is the maximum, which one is the minimum, and which one is the maximum? That value I wanted, so I'm using that maximum and minimum. I got those max and minimum. Then I'm going to go in the for loop. So for each key with the value. Okay, what is the my array name? Array name is anything. You can take anything as your array name. So key with the value, you can take key with the value, and I am going to check if okay, the array name. What was the name of the array? The array dot key. I don't know, because I find it a bit difficult. Sorry about that. I find it a bit difficult to work with this keyboard. So I have the key with me. So if what was that I was talking about? Okay, so this, if this key, where is this dollar key? Okay, if this key is equal to the maximum value. So what is the meaning of this? Suppose if you are not getting what I mean by saying that, so what I'm doing is I'm going through each and every element. one after the other, and I take this key and check the value. Okay, if this value happens to be the maximum value, then this is the highest used one. Okay, next key I take it, okay, with and I take the value and check whether it is the highest used one. If it is not the highest used one, then it is not the most frequently used. Okay, in the same way I'm going to check whether for a given key I take the value and check whether it is the least frequently used. If it is the least frequently used, then if it is the least value, then it is the least frequently used one. So this is what I'm doing for every value here. Okay, I check whether this is the maximum. If this value is equal to the maximum, that means it is highest used. If this value happens to be the least one, then it is the least frequently used. So that is what I am doing. So if this is equal to, okay, let me use double equal to, if the array key value is equal to the maximum, so this is what I am doing. If the array key value, if it is equal to the maximum, then I'm going to just print whatever they have said. I'm going to do that. What does they have given here? So the most used word is, this is what they have said. Let me type that thing. Echo the most, what is it they said, most frequently, most used, I think this M is in small case, most used word is, I'm going to put that one, is, I'm going to put that key there. So key, whichever key, remember most frequently used word is A, most, because its value is matching, most frequently used word is A. And what did they say? Most frequently used word is D, and within the bracket they have done a lot of things over here. So let me put a concatenate it, and I'm going to say used, this is what I suppose they said that. So used, how many times used, dot, you can use maximum because that's the one. Okay, used, how many times? So you have this max one time, so this many times it is used, and once this is done, used, the dot is not required, used, and what is it they have said, used times, they said that thing, used times, used 4 times, used 3 times, used max times. Okay, so this is what they have done. In the same way, I have to use is it okay, I think I have to format it. Small extra thing that they have asked us to do is to format it. So I'm going to say h3, format it. Okay, done. I'm going to copy this one, Control C and Control V, and this time I'm going to go with the minimum. I'm not going to explain again. So this is going to be the minimum. Okay, dollar minimum, dollar minimum. So then the word that has to be changed is least used, the most, the least used, the least used. If it is matching with the minimum, least used. Okay, done with that. Okay, too many nested blocks. So what is this nested blocks? Hopefully it has done. Let me format it. It has done that particular thing. Okay, so least frequently used, most frequently used words are there. Let me try this one. Okay, I'm going to use this one and say analyze. Okay, this was the key. I'm going to take care of that 4 times, 3 times, 5 times thing. So most frequently used word is what is this, A. used 5 times. Least frequently is C, used 2 times. I need one space there, so just give me a second. I need one space there so that it appears properly. So you got this most frequently used, you got this least frequently used, everything is done. And then what else you need? Okay, you need 2 buttons at the bottom side to print them. Let me go here and let me put a form there. Okay, form. Let me put a form there. Okay, and slash form, and let me put the method as post. Done with that. Let me take the, what is that, input type is equal to submit. Type is equal to submit. Value is equal to, what does they say? Okay, one is sort ascending. This is the first one, sort ascending. Let me give a name to this one. What is the name you can think of doing? Ascending sort button. Okay, hope that is enough. Okay, then okay. Is it coming in the next line? Let's see. Is it coming in the, okay, it's coming in the next line. So let me put a BR here. Okay, and then I'm going to put, maybe I can put one more BR in before this one, and then I'm going to just copy this, Control C, and then paste it here. Okay, and I'm going to say sort descending. The spelling is proper, D E S sending. Okay, I'm going to say D button. Okay, so let's see how is it going to appear. Let me try this one, analyze button, sort ascending, sort descending. You're going to get that one. I think they are coming very close by, even after putting a break. So what you can do, it's a style. Let's say padding, say 5 pixel. Okay, so let me put that one also for this one also, so that it appears properly. I'm putting just a style inline. I'm directly putting a style there so that it appears properly. Done it. Okay. I think I should have given margin. Okay, forget. I'm going to use this one margin. Padding, if I give, it's going to just appear like this. Okay, whatever it is, I'm not going to change it. One is the margin, the other one is the padding. I just got confused with that. Okay, so I think, okay, you have spaces here. That what I wanted was the margin actually. So, but I gave the padding also. Let it be there. Okay, padding. What is the difference? You have these things. When I click on sort ascending, sort descending, something has to happen. So what is that? Something has to happen. So let's go here and let's check. Okay, if this request contains, if okay, $request, remember you can use post also. If this request contains the first one, sort ascending, if this is there, so how do you say that is in your what is this PHP? You say that if is set to this one. Okay, then what you are going to do? You are going to go to the session here. What is the session? And within the, from the session you get the sorted order will be there. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say from my session, it is already there, I'm not going to copy it. So one, you have sorted it in the ascending order, the other one is in the descending order. This one was in the ascending order sort. This is why I used it. Now you may be wondering why did this person was using sorting the sorting according to key. I did it because of this reason, so I copied one more time, Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. So this is it. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this a display result function, and I'm going to pass this $AR. Okay, for that I'm going to pass that array. What about if the request contains other button? So if the request contains descending order sort, okay, then you go and get the other one, this session, you get this session, that is from the session you get this one, descending order sort, and just call that a function. Control V to do it. Let me keep my finger crossed and just run it and see whether I'm able to get this one running. So I'm going to analyze it, okay, and I say sort, and I'm going to say undefined. Oh yes, I made one very subtle mistake here in this one. And what was the subtle mistake? If you remember, now in PHP you can't touch the session unless and otherwise you start the session. So I'm going to say session underscore start. You know, this is the PHP style. We've done. Without this, I don't think so you can ever do anything with the session. Let me try it, and let me try this one, and let me start with this one. Got it. Ascending A, B, C, H, J, descending H, I, E, and so on. Okay, regardless of this, okay, I assume that they said the data. Remember what is the meaning? Why did I took all this trouble is they said that one word data. Okay, sorting the data. What, which is the data? Data is the one that is given by the user. You know, whatever you put, give the input, that is the data. Only one problem, and this one is the whenever you sort something, whenever you do something, this is sorting, no doubt, but when I say analyze, I am not getting the values back. Now this is I think this is optional, but I'm going to try it. Okay, so right at the top you may be wondering why this person left that place blank. Okay, I'm going to store that value there so that it could be used. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so if just say if is set, so remember I'm going to do it right when the person types something and when they click on this analyze button, I'm going to retain that value. So what is this? If this request contains, I'm going to just copy this one. If the request contains this one, so this story, whatever I used to do here, there were too many. I think I can just copy it. Okay, so I think there were too many open and close bracket and so on so forth there. Okay, so if this is what I have done that. Okay, you know that. Okay, I have taken the values there. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I got the output. I'm going to just check with what is the length of that string. So if okay, strlen of dollar words. Okay, dollar words. If the length of the string is greater than 0, so this is what I'm doing. But I have the problem with my keyboard now. The keyboard is new and I'm not getting my finger with that set to that. Okay, so session dot unset. Now what is this session dot unset? You are already familiar. It's going to clear out all the previous value. If there is any previous value is there, it's going to clear that thing. And I'm going to say dollar, what was it, dollar session. I'm going to store this one in this session. Okay, and the given string str is equal to, okay, whatever the words that you have got. Okay, so whatever words you got, I'm going to store it in double quotes, sorry, in double quotes, okay, done. I'm going to store that thing in the session. Now I come out of it and just check whether it is there. Okay, how do I say that? $str $str is equal to, I'm going to use is that, I don't know whether you are familiar with this story, is set. Are you familiar with this question mark? If it is true, do it. If it is false, do the other part. Okay, ternary operator. Okay, you studied it in your which one, C programming language. It is there even in the PHP, so you can always use that ternary operator. So I'm going to just check whether the session contains this one. If the session contains a string, okay, use the value of the session. Okay, otherwise, so that story is there, otherwise use it blank. Okay, so that's simple as that. I think I removed this from here only. Okay, Control Z, Control V, paste. Okay. Again, if you didn't get what is that, so whenever I get the input, I check whether the input contains something. If the input contains something, I take that and I store it in the session, and then I quietly go and check whether something is there in the session or not. If something is there, I use it, otherwise I use it as blank. Now why this much of trouble? This trouble is I am doing it because I want to set the values here. So I'm going to say the value that is set over here is $str. Okay, so small thing difference there, and because I have used the session, okay, I have to do some small work over here. Now I can use it directly from this one, instead of getting this one from words from here, I can get the word from the session. So simple as that. Okay. So I can get the word from the thing over here. Okay. And if you find it difficult, don't use that this option. If you find you didn't get it, what I'm doing is I'm retaining the values. That's the only thing I'm doing it. So when I submit back, I want to retain this value. So let me try here. Okay, so there is something wrong with this. Value is equal to, am I using, what is it showed? Undefined values, string str. It is defined here now. Why it is saying that? Am I inside? Okay, sorry. I think I'm inside that if statement. I have to come out of that if statement, then only I will be able to do it. Otherwise, whatever it said was correct. It gave me warning. Okay, so I type something, I say analyze, and I'm able to retain this. Only thing I did was this. That much of trouble is just to get it back again. So you go here, get something from the session, get something from the request, and then store it here, show it here. That's the idea that I've done it. It will come back. Okay, now where is the story? What about sorting ascending? You sort it, you unsort it, but you notice it is that value is there. So this is how you are able to get the sorting and unsorting and all those things. The element is used, let me say, hello one more time, we'll make it 5 times. So let me make this one hello one more time, hello, and analyze it, and you notice hello is used 5 times, A is used 5 times. Okay, let me say Z is used 1 time, and P is also used 1 time. So let me analyze it. So you notice that Z is used one time, P is used one time, least used word is Z as well as P, highest used word is hello and A, and I can sort it in the ascending order A, B, C, D and P and Z, and I can sort it in the descending order Z and then come back to the A. So this is what you are supposed to do. Thank you for your interest, and we will meet again in the next class. Thank you.